Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru.
Happy to be here. Friday, let's get it.
Yeah, man, here we go. So it's been a good week. It's been a hectic week here at Titan. Very, very crazy. A lot of things happening. But it's been a good week, and we got a lot of things going on this weekend. So to get into the events this weekend, so Saturday, which is tomorrow, the WCFL, so World Championship Fight League here in Tampa. Titan Medical Center is a sponsor for that. We're going to be out there, got a VIP table. We're going to have a table with the Titanettes out there, hanging out, relaxing, seeing some people, fight, I guess. So it should be good. It's a little different.
It should be good. A little change of pace for me. I'm excited, though. I've always seen MMA stuff on TV, or I've seen it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody goes to the YouTube phase where I'm up late watching fights. I can't wait to see the guys actually hand to hand.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I want to actually hear what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I'm crazy like that. I want to hear how the
I want to see these guys.
Sounds like. See how they're hitting now.
So the times are from 5 to 12. I know that's a long day, so we're not going to be there I won't be there from 5 to 12, but we will have people there all day. And it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to see some of these fights, see who's going to fight, right? It's going to be girls, it's going to be guys. I've seen a lot of the different posters and stuff like that. I'm anxious to see what's going on. So Titan Medical Center will be there in full force. The ring girls are going to be wearing the Titan Medical Center gear, the legging, or they're going to be wearing the shorts. I heard the booty shorts, actually, and the sports bra to match.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. You guys can get all that good stuff at TitanMedicalCenter.com. That's where all the shorts are at, leggings, tops, guys. If you guys want the shirts and stuff like that, check it out.
Also, guys, too, with the shorts, I have a lot of women asking me about the shorts. They come in two different sizes. We have a short pair that are actually almost like Hooters, the girls that Hooters wear, where they're actually cut up, where the booty actually hangs out a little bit.
Yeah.
And we have normal style ones, too. So if you guys see the shorts and you like them, but they say, they're too short, we do have longer ones, too. So make sure you check out both sizes.
What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us in Titan Lifestyle with Big Dru. We're coming through, and we got a lot of great topics we're going to cover with you guys. I want you guys to join in, talk to us about it, DM us about it, let us know how you guys feel about some of these subjects, because these are some of the things that me and Dru, day to day, we think about and we go through, and we're like, hey, listen, we wanted to share this with you guys, see what your guys' opinion is about some of these different things. So after the World Championship Fight League Saturday, Sunday we got Lakeland, PCA USA, Ian Harrison. It's the finals, so these guys will be winning money.
Yeah, USA finals. These guys get money, not like the NPC. So
woo, they're getting money.
Good.
They're getting money, so it's going to be a little bit different. They're going to win money. I think pro cards are given, and some of these guys are going to go to England to hopefully compete for the big title, I guess.
Yeah, in Birmingham, the World Championships are in Birmingham. So this is the U.S. finals. Whoever wins this qualifies to go to compete in Birmingham, England, against the whole world. So
wow,
it's people from all over Asia, everywhere. So it's going to be a good show this weekend. And World Champions is going to be even more crazy.
Yeah. And I always say, listen, it doesn't matter what federation or whatever you're part of. Who's the best in the world? I want to see all these federations come together and send their best out, and then neutral judging and stuff like that. That would be so the World Series per se of this. And I know the Olympia is supposed to be like that. The Rock is coming out with Athlecon. That's supposed to be even bigger. So we're excited about that. That's in Georgia. It's real close to us, Florida. So I think we might be there. We might check it out for the inaugural event. So that's really, really cool. So let's get into some of the subjects today. So Big Dru, what's the first thing you want to talk about today?
Child obesity.
Okay.
Every time I go in the grocery store, I get kind of frustrated. I don't say anything because I'm not my place to say anything. But I always see parents buying their kids the wrong food. These kids are clearly overweight. I think it has to do with some of the parents are overweight, and they don't feel like they can get in shape, so they don't mind the kid getting out of shape. Mm-hmm. But I honestly feel if your child is 50 or 100 pounds overweight, it is a form of child abuse.
Right.
I mean, the kids aren't buying their food; they learn from their elders or whoever they're around, their parents,
I agree.
Us. So I mean, if they're drinking cases of soda every day, if they're eating Hot Pockets and processed food and McDonald's all the time, it's only a matter of time before it catches up with them health-wise. Even if it doesn't show physically, it may catch up with them health-wise. But child obesity is bad, guys. It's getting real bad. If you look at the numbers 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it keeps going up and up and up. We're the fattest country in the whole world. Everything's right at our fingertips to eat, too. Healthy foods, unhealthy foods everywhere. We got McDonald's, we got all over the place.
Absolutely.
It's getting pretty bad. And even stuff like Bang energy drinks. Nothing against Bang. I've used their product.
Super creatine.
Yeah. I've used their stuff before. I'm on my ECA now, but I've used their stuff before, and it's worked okay. But they sell Bang energy drinks in Walmart.
Oh man,
I saw a lady the other day buying her kids. The kid was probably 50, 60 over pounds. He was about 8 or 9 years old. They had a cart full of junk, and she's buying him his energy drinks. And I overheard her say, "Yeah, so that way he can get up and go to school in the morning." So apparently, this kid's up all night eating junk, and then drinking 300 milligrams of caffeine out of a Bang going to school.
That's horrible.
So I mean, if these kids are doing that it's getting bad. It's getting real bad. So
that's definitely a form of child abuse too.
Yeah, it has to be a form of child abuse. I mean, think about it. If you guys see,
it's like slowly poisoning your kid.
Yeah, if you guys see a kid that's addicted to drugs, or if you see somebody that's addicted to drugs, if you see him falling down the wrong path,
right?
You know, you say, "Hey, man, put that stuff alone. Leave it alone. Let's go over here. Let's get away from the drugs. Get away from alcohol.
Right.
Get away from the stuff." But for some reason, when it comes to food, people will allow their significant other or their kids or family members, especially kids, they'll allow the kid to gain 10 pounds, 20, 30, 40, and they'll keep shoveling the bad food, and no one says anything. Because you're not supposed to admit that, you're not supposed to tell someone they're overweight. You know, it's so sensitive.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, and think about this too. I always hear people say, "Oh, what's one meal? Is one meal gonna hurt?" I'll put it to you like this: if you are someone that's addicted to, say, a hardcore drug like heroin, if you were addicted to heroin for 20 years, it ruined your life, ruined everybody around you's life, and then now someone says, "Take one hit of heroin," would you take that hit? No, because it's not going to do anything other than put you back in the wrong path. So if you've been eating junk food for 20 years and someone says, "Hey, let me just have one slice of pie," it's just going to put the taste in your mouth to go right back. We have to look at food like the drug. Yeah. Like, if people are going down the wrong path, especially with kids, I see these moms and these dads buying these kids junk. And then I look at them and they're severely obese.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, it's okay if my child is, because how are they going to lead by example? You know, if I'm 100 pounds overweight, how am I going to teach my child to be better in shape?
Right.
You know,
I think it's education. Though. It comes down to education. I think that they're not educated as far as what's good to eat. You know, they might know, hey, listen, this is bad. This is junk food. This is fast food, so it's bad for me. But they might not know how to eat good. And I guess, you know, there's a little bit that comes along with that. You know,
I agree with that a little bit, but I also disagree because, I mean, everybody knows that the cake is bad.
Oh, no, for sure.
Everybody knows that soda is bad. So certain times when people say they're not sure how to eat, even hearing that, these people get into that excuse where I'm not. No, you know how to. You just don't want to.
I believe
now. If you're talking about lean cuisines or healthy choice pre-made meals, they may not understand those are bad. Right. But everybody knows cake is bad. Well, everybody knows ice cream is bad. Soda is bad. These kids are eating cake, ice cream, soda, staying up late at night, on their phones all day, tablets. They're not running around anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just getting, and they can Google everything. Your parents, if you guys want to know what to feed your kids, Google, YouTube. It's that simple. There's no excuse anymore not to be able to eat clean.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Where I went with the knowledge thing is that, all right, so they eat a salad, but then they put salad dressing on it.
Oh, yeah, and bacon and cheese.
Right. So they're like, oh, I ate healthy, but no, really you didn't. You know?
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, they're not reading labels, so at that point, it's organic.
Right.
Organic cookies. Or, dude, come on.
Right.
So, all right.
I
guess they're looking for an excuse, too, to find something that's not as bad.
Yeah, low-calorie cheesecake or something like that.
You feel it, so it's definitely a thing. Obesity is definitely an education thing as far as the parents educating the kids, too. Because, now, let's just put it out there, the marketing. So there's marketing by these big corporations. They spend millions, probably billions of dollars in Coca-Cola and stuff like that to really get out there, to sponsor, to put their name out there, to engrave it into kids. Right. Or because the kids, they go to the adult and they want the adult, or the adults already have it, and they're like, all right, we're going to give this to the kids. So at that point, it's a horrible process cycle that they get into. And you know, education is key. Or this is the next excuse that I hear from parents, because I'm a parent, so and I work a lot, so I know how it is. But I don't have enough time to cook.
Right.
So I just pick them up McDonald's, or I pick them up Subway. Even Subway every day, you guys. That's not good. I mean, every day, you know. So you know, it's crazy how it is. But education. So teach your kids. You know, this is bad. So my son, like McDonald's when he was like, 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
And I would give him chicken nuggets. Or my mom would like, you're crazy. You can't take everything away from your kid. You had this when you were a kid, but we didn't know the things that we know now,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Especially with whole milk and stuff like that.
I mean, it's crazy. So we found some of these things. So Super Size Me was this movie that came out. It was this documentary. It was this guy who basically was very healthy. He was a vegan, and at that point he wanted to run a test, per se. And he got his blood test done, his cholesterol and all that done previous to eating McDonald's. So he got it, everything was healthy. So he started a 30-day kick where he's going to only eat McDonald's for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, right?
Kidneys and everything.
Dude, he took, his total insides, it took a crap. I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And the guy was getting sick off of eating this, but he was looking forward to eating it. It was almost like a drug.
Yeah.
So it almost had him addicted to a certain extent, and he knew it was bad for him. He gained all kinds of bad weight. So that's the first thing. So when people really talk about that, and even soda. So I know that diet soda is out there, and a lot of people drink it. Now there's new clinical studies and research showing about heart risk and heart disease from even diet sodas. And I know Drew loves his diet sodas.
Yeah, I'm a Coke Zero guy. So,
and guys, listen, you can't be, I guess, as strict as a competitive bodybuilder diet 24/7. It's all about balance too. So I guess if you're going to cheat a little bit, pick a little bit against cheating. But if you get in that cycle where temptation's going to get you and pull you back in, maybe it's not a good idea.
Or try the 60-40 for a while, then go 70-30, 80-20, just
there you go.
For a little bit. Or a lot of times too, what people do is they'll have one day instead of having a cheat meal, have a cheat day. So that way the whole week you're eating clean, then you have actually a cheat day where you have like 3 or 4 cheat meals, but you do it within that same day, as opposed to having a cheat meal every few days or even one a day. I know people do one cheat meal every day.
Yeah.
If I would rather them do a cheat day than the cheat meal every day. If you're eating 7 meals a day and one of them is bad every day, you're putting bad food in your body every day. So you're constantly putting that junk in there. One day, a refeed or just a junk day will set your body up a lot better. So you guys, and the thing too is I always hear people say, when do I get a cheat meal? When do I get a cheat meal? You don't. You don't have to have a cheat meal. Yeah, everyone's always like, as soon as they want to do a diet or they want to do training or any type of nutritional advice, they say, oh, when's my cheat meal? When should I do the cheat meal? A cheat meal is exactly what it is. You're cheating. You don't really need one. You don't need a cheat meal. You may need more carbs, more protein, more fats, but you don't need bacon and cheese and bread and all that stuff. It's a mental thing. It's all mental.
Even baked potatoes, I see people piling on butter and sour cream. Guys,
come on.
Defeating the purpose here, okay? And you're like, well, it's so dry. All right, listen, you can get a little spray on.
I saw someone a couple weeks ago. I saw someone. They brought out some celery and some cucumbers and carrots with dip, and then the dip was made with like cream cheese and all this stuff in the dip. I'm like, you might as well eat Snickers. Because, what's the point of eating a carrot if it has cream cheese dip on it with like bacon bits and all this stuff?
You're defeating the purpose, guys.
Yeah.
So, don't set you guys yourself up for failure. Yeah. That's really what it is. Child obesity, educate your kids. Let them know, look at labels, and look at certain things. The biggest thing that I taught my son was high fructose corn syrup. It's in everything, and it was a substitute for sugar, and they thought it was going to be better. But here's the truth. It's cheaper than sugar to do, and that's why the companies were looking at doing it. Now, girls, if you're getting cellulite on it, you might want to look at what you're eating. Guys, if you're packing on the pounds per se, kids, we're talking about child obesity right now. Look around at the kids. And if you're our age, like 38, we're old as dirt, we remember back in the day, I do anyway, when I was in school, I looked around at my classmates, and I can remember to this day, most of my classmates were thin or normal size, and there were only a small amount of obese children.
Yeah, now it's 80% overweight, and there's like 3 kids in
now the physically fit child is honestly a minority as far as that goes. Yeah. And obesity or overweight is on the rise, especially with our kids. And think about it, they're off to a bad start. Even when we were young, and now I see some of the guys that are our age, and they might look like crap. Right?
Yeah.
But back then, they looked good. So at that point, at least they were good until a certain point, and then they started gaining a whole bunch of weight. Whereas these kids already got a bad start. So their health is already at a bad starting place. And it's only going to get worse with age. And, some of these kids are 10, 12, 13. They should be active, energy-filled, You know, I mean, you know, some might be obese and that.
It's
that
weird
might
because
be genetic.
nowadays we have so much healthy stuff. We have the gluten-free, we got the keto thing going. All this is healthy.
Yeah.
But people are more overweight than they were 20 years ago.
More awareness than ever,
You know, like
right?
Back in like when I was a little kid, I remember like at football practice, the coach having soda.
Yeah.
I remember having cold Cokes, football practice. I'm like 8 years old. At the end of practice, he's like, we're drinking Coca-Cola, and we would drink chocolate milk on the way to games.
Yeah.
That was like our pre-workout to get us all hyper. We were drinking chocolate milk.
Yeah.
We'd stop to get chocolate milk on the way to games. And the thing is kids were more in shape back then.
Yeah.
Now
It's
these
crazy.
kids have healthy everything if they wanted to, but they're out of shape. Doesn't make sense. I don't know.
It's got to go back to physical activity and not doing enough of it.
Yeah.
I would think that's it, right?
The damn phone killed it.
$1 million idea for the teens to combat teen obesity. Ready? ECA vape. Boom. Oh my God. Oh yeah. So the vapes are on the rise now. Everybody's, you know, they're going against the vapes. You know,
ECA
so
vape.
ECA vape would definitely be it. And I know you
Yeah.
can. So I have seen these vapes out there, like vitamin vapes now. Like I'm not going to get into the vape space because I just don't think you should be vaping in anything unless unless you're on medical marijuana or something like that. And you need it. Do it like that. But if you're
They have caffeine vapes.
Yeah.
That's I wouldn't trust it.
B12. I've seen all
Because
these.
the thing is depending on how hard you inhale,
Right.
you could be getting 50 milligrams, you could be
Right.
getting 500 milligrams,
Right,
and you
right,
can't really tell.
Right.
So if you take a caffeine vape, if you inhale, exhale, you don't know how much you're getting.
Yeah.
So you might do it again, you don't know how much you're getting. The
Yeah.
caffeine hasn't hit you yet. By the time it hits you, you're over 1,000 milligrams, and you're done. Like,
Yeah.
you're
No,
screwed.
it's crazy.
I'd rather, my ECA says 200 milligrams caffeine. I know exactly how much I'm putting in my body.
Yeah.
So then just taking a big puff and hoping that I get enough.
Yeah. Parents, so I know it's easy to choose the microwave. I use the microwave to reheat some of my meals and stuff like that are already cooked, but I always cook my meals. So that's one thing. Now, the parents, even my pizzas that I do for my son, I cook, like from fresh ingredients. I'll put them in the oven, right? And he'll rather have that pizza than any other pizza. So if I ask him, hey, listen, you want pizza tonight? Yeah, I want pizza. I'm like, where do you want it from? I want you to make it. I'm like, oh, all right, I'll make it, no problem. But at least I know what he's getting and what he's putting in his body. That's the best thing about making your own food is you know exactly what you're going to get in and what you're going to put out of it. And you're going into a restaurant per se, you really don't know unless you're watching what's going on back in the kitchen. You really don't know. Even with contamination, like cross contamination, stuff like that. I've seen some of these different restaurants and stuff like that, and it kind of scares me. I'm like, oh, I really don't like to eat out. Charisse knows it. I never let her send anything back because if she does, I just tell them to take it off the bill because I don't want my food spit in or anything touched. Or usually, this was the play. So I got a burger, right, the other day, and it had onions on it. I didn't want any onions on it. It was just cheese. Sent it back. What did they do? They just scraped off the onions and sent me back the thing. I'm like,
You could taste the onion.
there's onion grease all over. I'm
Grease.
like, dude, that is so lazy. I mean, what if I was allergic to onions?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that was laziness or what it came down to, but
What's good
just stuff
too
like
about you
that.
making the pizza for your son
Yeah.
is it sets him up to understand what junk tastes like.
Oh, for sure.
So if you're cooking the pizza now, once he's like 18, 19, he's with his boys, they want to order pizza and hanging out or whatever, he's not going to want that pizza
No.
because when he was younger, he ate real pizza.
Yeah.
So it's almost, that's just like what we're saying, like
Yeah.
these kids start out eating McDonald's.
Absolutely.
So when they have a regular burger, they don't even think that's a regular burger. They only know McDonald's or chicken
Exactly.
nuggets. They don't know what chicken breasts taste like.
No.
They only know what chicken nuggets. So just like what he does for his son, like if you guys start, like what was it? Eddie Murphy. He talking about his
my
mom.
God.
He's
The
talking
white bread.
Yeah, he's talking about his mom making a burger. He's like, yeah, I want McDonald's, and my mom made a big
McDonald's.
house burger, and the bread was looked like pink dough, and it was all that. It doesn't have to be crazy like that, but I mean, he's got the right idea. Make it real. Like he can understand the difference. Most kids that have no clue what real food tastes like because they've been eating, Popeyes and Chick-fil-A and McDonald's their whole life. Like they have no clue what real food tastes like.
There's a reason why these companies are billion-dollar companies. It's because they have a lot of customers. So at that point, it is what it is. We have to break this chain. You got to educate your kids. You got to set the example. You got to start yourself. If they see you doing it, they'll want to do it. Think about it.
Yeah.
Kids want to emulate their parents. So if they see it, you're their hero. You're their role model. So if you do this, then it will create a great example for them, and you'll start them off in a big way. I promise you. So I try to do that. So I live by example in that. So it's really good. Child obesity. Let's bring it to face. It's a huge issue. All right.
Definitely big.
All right, so we're working out. So we get minimal. I get minimal time to work out. I know Drew works out. And what's the worst thing, I guess, in far as your workouts?
People bothering me.
Okay. So
it's getting to the point now where there's only a couple gyms I'll go to where I actually don't have to think about being bothered before I go in there.
Gotcha.
And what I mean by bothered is they're not, they're just being friendly. I understand some of you guys are just friendly, coming up saying hello. But if I'm in the middle of a set and I'm breathing and I'm sweating and they walk over and say, "Hey man, how's it going?" And they just start shooting the shit to me in the middle of my workout. I hate that.
Yeah. A
lot of times I'll walk by people and I won't say hi specifically because I don't want to start a conversation.
Right.
I'm not being rude, but I'm there for a purpose.
Right.
I'm a bodybuilder. I'm an athlete. This is what I do. This is what I do for a living. So when I go in there, I'm focused. I could shoot the shit a little bit, talk to you a little bit, or when I'm done, talk to you. But if I'm in the middle of working out, the last thing I want is someone asking me about nutrition, asking me about someone dieting, asking me about working out. Even if they're telling me they've seen my videos, which I appreciate, that's why I do these videos for you guys. It's I don't know, and it's always the older crowd too. It's always the 40 and up crowd. Hey, walk over. Hey man, how you doing? And I'm just like, oh man, I just took an ECA cap. I drink my coffee. I'm all over the place.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to get going. Next thing you know, I'm sitting there talking a mile a minute, sweating when I should be working out. So, I feel like the older crowd should know better. Guys in their 20s don't really do it to me. They're kind of like, oh, I'll wait till you're done.
Right. I think they have a better understanding for it.
The older guys, they like to just go to the gym and just hang out and just stand around and then just after they're done working out and talking. And there's a couple guys that just in the middle of my workout, every single time they walk up and be like, "Hey man, you look big." Yeah, okay, yeah, I know. I'm trying to work out. I'm not going to be this big if you keep bothering me. Like,
right. I got to put in the work. Let me do this real quick.
But I mean, I appreciate all the support. Appreciate you guys, everybody watching my videos. And if you guys want advice, hit me up or talk to me after my workout. But you got to let people do what they do. I'm not going to come to your job and while you're in the middle of on the phone with a customer, I'm not going to step into your cubicle and say, "Hey, what's the best protein source?" Because you're in the middle of working, you're doing something. What I go in the gym is for a purpose.
Right.
You guys may not see it as a job, but to me, it is a job.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, just have a little bit of respect to people. Give them their distance. If they want to talk. But do not walk up to people unless it's like something serious. If they're in the middle of a set, to just walk up to say hello, it happens every day. I can't stand it. That's why I like MI40. I go in there, those guys over there, they know. I go in MI40, they let me do my own thing. No one says shit. I work out when I'm done. If they want to talk, they talk. But they'll help you out. But shout out to MI40. That's probably one of the only gyms where people don't really stop you or disturb you.
There's not a lot of people that go in there first off and train. It's a serious place. Ben built that place to be serious for himself and for other athletes alike. So so when I go in there, it's definitely there's no garbage, no talking. I was in there 2 weeks ago. I went in there by myself and just trained by myself. I did hit chest and stuff like that. And I seen Derek Lunsford in there. I talked about Olympia and stuff like that. Great guy, awesome, very humble dude, man. And he was working out. So after that, we got together, we got to talk afterwards. But it was cool. So at that point, it was just serious business. So you guys should all go in there, and that's one of my points. I'm also bringing it up right now. It's committed 100%. So whatever you're gonna do, you should commit 110%, right? And that's like what Big Dru's saying. This is his job. This is what he's focusing on. Well, if you have a job but you're committing to something else, you need to commit to it 110%. Don't let anything get in the way of that. Put it as a priority, and I think if you put it as a priority in your mind, you're not going to let anything get in the way. If you really, really want it, you're going to prioritize that, and you're going to go for it 110%. So make sure that you're committing and following through with it. It's easy to say that you're going to do something, but following through with it is really the key. I mean, that's where a lot of people fall short, is they don't follow through. They have this great idea, they put these things in play, but they, something comes wrong or there's a bump in the road, it's not perfect, and they just fall out or they go on to the next big thing. That's not the way to be. You guys should commit unless it is a dead end. If it's a serious dead end, then be smart about it. And then you got to get out. If the boat's sinking, you're already out in a life raft, go with the life raft. But at that point, make sure you guys are committed 110%. So that was that one. That was one of my things. So disturbing the gym, definitely. I'm with
you. Got to let people work. You guys use your judgment. Just if they're busy, if they're sweating, if they're grunting, let them be. At least let me catch my breath before you ask me a question or say, "Hey, how you doing?" and all this stuff. No disrespect, but I'm not at the gym for, "Hey, how you doing?"
Right.
You know, I'm in the gym to work out, so I mean, just have a little bit of respect if you see me training, or I'll have a little bit of respect if I see you training or whatever. If I am sitting down and we are talking, that's fine. I don't want people to be scared to say hi to me now.
Yeah.
Say, hey, what's up? I mean, a lot of times in the gym, the reason why I won't nod my head or say hello to people is because I feel like it's going to stop and they're going to say, hey, how you doing? How was your weekend? What's this? What's that? I saw the video. So, I mean, nod your head, hey, what's going on, man? And that's it. I mean, just keep it
easy, guys. You guys have to
Let me work.
Yeah. And that goes for everything. It's a gym etiquette tip. That might be for anybody else, too. So just apply it.
Yeah.
And people will respect you for it. I promise you.
Yeah.
And they won't be like, oh, why didn't guy say hi to me? If they do, just tell them that reason. I guarantee they'll respect you for it. So that's what it is. Big shout out, Stacy Macedo. What up? Andreas, Justin. Yes. All right, so Christina, damn, my impression of John's body size just became recalibrated.
Oh, shit. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, man.
How about right now?
Yeah, see,
I'm good now.
Angle. No, I know. Listen, this guy. I mean, I feel like a little kid next to this dude. Trust me. And I'm not small by any matter, I guess. But damn, Drew. That's why we call him Big Dru. I mean, what are you gonna do with Big Dru, man? It is what it is. So, guys, be respectful of the gym. Do that. Before we go on, if you're on Facebook, please share this. If you're on Instagram, tag 3 of your friends. Please, if you're on live, you can tag 3 of them right on the comment section for us. YouTube, subscribe. Me and Big Dru every Friday. We'll be coming at you guys, 2 p.m. Tentatively every Friday. So
every Friday.
Go on. Blending food. I don't personally do this. So, Dru, this is your special.
I've been getting a ton of messages about you guys see me blend my food. To put it short, a lot of times bodybuilders, we have a hard time eating the amount of food we need to have, whether calories, carbs, protein, eating all the rice, all the steak, all the chicken, but it's too much to chew, it's too much to swallow, it's too much to ingest. So I blend a lot of my food.
Gotcha.
And my first shake of the day is always egg whites and oatmeal. Sometimes I use fruit, sometimes I use veggies. I always throw some flax seeds, some chia seeds in there. But I make an all-natural shake and I just blend it up and drink it. You guys can see the videos. I'll post more videos soon. It's a lot easier to get the food in your body that way. The food's already broken down, so your body doesn't have to fight to digest it.
True.
So if you guys are before you go to the gym, you need to eat something, but you have to eat, and then now you have to wait because you got to take that pre-workout dump before because everything's sitting right there. Yeah. So it's like when you blend your food, you could just drink it, egg whites, oatmeal, whatever it is. You drink it, get over the taste. Don't say that's nasty. Don't say that's disgusting. Would you rather eat something that's disgusting or have a body that looks disgusting? So just blend it up, just get it in, and then just make it simple. You could add Splenda to your stuff. You could add sugar-free syrup. Egg whites, oatmeal, fruit is always good with Splenda. I always like to throw cinnamon and everything. If you need carbs or some simple sugar, you could throw some honey in there. The other day I actually blended my egg whites, and rice. I literally started to eat my egg whites and rice. I didn't feel like eating it, so what I did is it was just plain egg whites, plain rice. I threw it in the blender, poured some water, I put cinnamon, syrup, and honey, and blended it up, and it tastes like, what's that rice, like tapioca? What is it?
Jasmine rice?
No, look at that tapioca. It's like sweet rice. It's like cinnamon. Right, yeah. It tastes kind of like that. So that's the thing. I'm not. If I were to sit down and eat a bowl of it, I would care about the taste. I literally stand in front of my sink with the blender and just chug it out of the blender and get it over with. I could chug 3 bowls worth of food in about 10 seconds, and it's done. It's done.
We gotta get that on camera.
I'll do it right now. Bring me some egg whites. I'll chug a whole thing of egg whites right now. I've been chugging egg whites, and the thing is, when I need my protein, sometimes I wake up at night, I need protein. I'll literally just grab a short carton of egg whites, because it's already 2 cups,
How many
10
egg
egg
whites
whites.
you think you can drink in one spot?
We're
going to do the egg white challenge. How many egg whites can you drink?
The tall carton is 4 cups. The short carton is 2 cups. I've done the tall carton before. If I'm in the grocery store, after I leave the gym, if I need to eat and I don't have my meal with me, I go to the grocery to grab food. I'll grab the egg white and I'll literally grab it and just chug it and put the empty container and then just pay for it with the empty container. I do that all the time. I've been doing that for years and years.
Oh my God.
Egg whites don't taste, in the box, don't taste like the shell, guys. They taste like almost like skim milk. It doesn't have the sliminess, doesn't have an eggy taste, doesn't have that egg base.
Really?
I've even used my egg whites as milk for my cereal. People think it's crazy. Listen, take almond milk, half almond milk and half egg whites. Add that to your cereal. Cereal doesn't really have protein in it. It's mostly just carbs, or even if you have a healthy sugar. If you have a late night snack, you have cereal, use egg whites for your milk, or use half egg whites, half almond milk, and then now you could actually get some protein in with your meal. It's a lot easier than, or you could do egg whites and sweet potato.
It's
Microwave your sweet potato so it's soft. Put the egg whites in the blender, put the oatmeal in the blender, put the sweet potato in the blender. Put the sugar-free maple syrup, cinnamon, and honey. Now listen. Those are the same ingredients that's in sweet potato pie. It's basically sweet potato pie without the crust. People say, "Oh, this and that." I guarantee, if you taste it, it's gonna taste like something they'd have at like Starbucks during like the fall season. Like, it literally tastes good. Like, you just got to find a way to make it taste good. And when you do the egg white, sweet potato, and oatmeal, you could take that, put it in a bowl, put it in the fridge. Now late night, now you have ice cream, but the ice cream is actually egg whites, oatmeal, so you get the protein. So you have a way to snack on late at night. People at nighttime, they always want to snack on something sweet.
Right.
I got a million different recipes of stuff that tastes bad. I could have a kid. I could have your son to my house say he wants some ice cream. He wouldn't even know he's in egg whites and oatmeal. He'd be like, "Oh, this tastes like pumpkin pie. It's almost like pumpkin pie." Man, that stuff tastes really. It's got to find a way to make it work. People think chicken breast, broccoli, rice. There's so many better ways, man. Just blend it up and get it done.
Wow. Hey, I guess it's a more effective way of doing it now.
Yeah.
It's just if you can do it or not. I'm
not honest. Chewing all day long.
I couldn't do it. I'm just me. Like, maybe I could drink it down, but and I don't look at food as like tasting. Like, I'm like, oh, this is so good. Yeah. Like, I look at it just like you. Like, how fast can I get it down?
Get it over with.
I can eat pretty quick, so I literally it's kind of rude. Like, I go out if I go to dinner with anybody, they'll know how I eat. I eat very quick, and it's not because I'm trying to get over the meal fast. Well, I guess it is because I look at it as fuel, and I'm like, I need to get this fuel in as fast as possible. So at that point, that's how I've always looked at it, and I guess he's just better at me for just doing the liquid. Oh, ECAs.
Oh, I'm ready to go.
ECA stack.
Keep an ECA in my pocket, ready to go to the gym after this.
So,
just got the new gummies to go underneath your tongue.
Justin Holt.
He's tagging all of his friends and talking.
Yep, that's right. Oh, Paul, you got the trochees. Nice. All right, so that's good. So ECA stack just got brought up. So that's great for weight loss, energy, concentration.
It's a good alternative if you guys are using pre-workout all the time.
Yes. You will not get that nauseous feeling. You won't have to take that pre-workout dump that Justin was talking about on here with Drew. You will not feel like that. You won't get nauseous. You're not going to be bouncing off walls. Your skin's not going to be itching or scratching like you're going to just tear out of it. You're not supposed to feel that tingling or anything like that. So at this point, it's going to be nice, clean, focused energy, and help you guys defend. Yes, B12, chromium, ephedrine, caffeine, and a little bit of aspirin. So for the caffeine and the ephedrine, that creates the energy, the fat burning effect. For the aspirin, it thins the blood out just a little bit so that you don't get any heart palpitations or anything like that. Chromium and B12 are also great for boosting the metabolism naturally and actually burning off carbohydrates and processing fats faster. So at that point, you're getting all this and it's synergistically working, so you get a better result. Right. And you can substitute it. So you're not drinking those Bang energy drinks where you're getting a massive amount of caffeine.
And you're getting farm-grade ephedrine too, guys. You're not getting
HCl, guys.
You don't have to pop Broncade and get all the unnecessary stuff. You're getting pharmaceutical-grade ephedrine. You're getting caffeine, your aspirin, and you're getting B12. A lot of people don't think, they don't understand our ECA has B12 in it too. So I mean that helps a lot. Huge.
Yeah. So that's awesome. What is that?
Red Bomb. I put it in a case.
So the Red Bomb in a case. So that's pretty cool. So Art put this in. It's like his little case right here for travel. It's pretty cool. He's got his prescription. These are all prescription based. You can't get this over the counter, guys.
Hey guys, there's no better film than having a prescription for everything.
No, you want a prescription.
No better film.
Yeah, you definitely want a prescription. You know what you guys are getting, and it's getting monitored by a doctor. So if you guys don't know what we do here at Titan Medical Center, we service nationwide. We do hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, blood testing, and a lot more. So we do a lot of different blood testing, not just a basic one your general practitioner does, like on your cholesterol and your blood cell count and your liver and your kidneys. We go very in depth on the hormones, different vitamin levels, growth hormone levels, and a lot more. So it's really cool. We can look at, we can see some of these different things. We have different treatments and therapies to help you out with a different array of different things, not just looking good, but feeling good too. So people have Lyme disease out there. We have some therapies that will help out with Lyme disease, Crohn's disease. These are big ones that are affecting a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. If you're looking for healing, we have awesome peptides to help you guys heal, to get over surgeries faster, maybe skin, if you have burns or you have cuts on the skin, these will also help with that too as well. So whatever you guys are trying to do, let us help you guys achieve those optimal goals and healthy
sleep.
levels.
Guys, you guys need sleep. We have something for sleep too, as opposed to just taking Ambien or all that crazy.
Yeah. So
yeah, we have
narcotics, guys. You guys want to try to stay off narcotics, things that you got to be dependent on to get the same result, or even use as a crutch.
Right.
So, which brings me to another one of my things: the hamster wheel of medical weight loss. So that's what I call it. Don't be a yo-yo. All right? And I'm going to explain this, guys. You guys aren't real yo-yos, but we're going to explain why I said this. So, the hamster wheel of medical weight loss. Let me break it down to you guys and peel back the curtain of what goes on in a medical weight loss clinic. And most of you guys might even know, because you guys might have visited one, and you guys are like, he's right on the money with this. So what happens? So you usually go to a medical weight loss clinic, and a couple of different things happen. They might run some blood testing on you. They might not. You might fill out some new patient paperwork. You should see a medical provider of some sort that can write your prescription. Now, what do they usually offer you guys? The first thing they usually offer you is phentermine, which is an FDA appetite suppressant. Now, phentermine is made as to be an appetite suppressant to help people choose better meal sources, okay? So better meals that they're going to eat, not just fast food, and to give them smaller portions and make them feel like they're full, so they can lose weight and they can choose these different foods and eat these smaller portions. What happens is, it's almost like a methamphetamine, okay? You build up over time, and what happens is you start using it as a crutch. You don't lose any weight. It's not they don't have fat-burning properties. The stimulant effect, when you first get on it, the methamphetamine portion makes you get a little jittery, right? You get go. You like that feeling. You think, oh, this is a stimulant. I'm burning fat. This is going to help. Well, over time, you're going to build up a tolerance to it, and it's going to take more and more to do that. And then at that point, it's going to lose total effectiveness. It's going to be ineffective for you guys as far as appetite suppressing. So you're going to want to keep eating the meals that you were eating before you took the medication. So along with that, they usually give you like a B12 shot or a Lipo-C super mix shot. And what that has in it has MIC, methionine, and choline, and it usually has like a B12, maybe an L-carnitine. So we have a lot better vitamin and amino acid blends that have a lot more ingredients that will be more effective for you guys. But that's the yo-yo. So what happens is you get prescribed these medications like phentermine, you go on it for 30 or 60 days, you lose a little bit of weight, you go off the medications because they pull you off, and at that point you start gaining the weight back and you gain even more weight. And then you come back.
Back and forth.
It's the yo-yo, up and down, up and down, up and down. So whatever medical weight loss plan you guys want to choose, you guys should be looking for long-term results. Now all this is going to come with the tools that we can provide, but you guys will be responsible for a couple different things. Those different things are eating properly, exercising, sleeping, right? Living a healthier lifestyle. And that might not come all at one time, but you should progressively get to that point, easing yourself into more activity, easing yourself into a better lifestyle, train yourself to eat better, train yourself to sleep a little bit better. We ourselves keep ourselves up at night, and it might not be, well, we can't sleep. It's us staring at our cell phones at night. I am guilty of that 100% of the time.
Or waking up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, and then you have to look at your phone for something, then you're on it for an hour.
That's it. You're stuck. You're up. Your body, your stimuli, and your brain is popping, man. And at that point, that's what's going to happen. It's going to keep you actively open and actively awake, and you're not going to get the sleep that you need. Which, if you're working out, you need to repair yourself. 2, your immune system. Your immune system will weaken if you don't get proper sleep. 3, you won't think as good. Your clarity in mind will not function properly if you don't get the right amount of sleep. You will be like a zombie. So at that point, if your hormones aren't optimized, like testosterone, there are brain receptors in there that need optimal levels of testosterone so you can think properly in clarity. That's also the Walking Dead syndrome I always talk about. That's how I felt when I was 28 and I had a testosterone level of 98, total testosterone.
Wow.
That sucked.
Yeah.
So at that point, that sucked. But when I got on testosterone replacement therapy, it was like open up the curtains and seeing the sun for the first time. I always tell people that story, man. 'Cause that's how I felt. I mean, I was back. I was back.
And people get people are immune to what it feels like to feel normal because
feel
been
good
like that for so long.
They think they know what feels good like.
A year ago I didn't feel like this.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's
but
you don't realize it until you feel better.
Right.
Because someone's like, you all right? You're like, yeah, I'm okay. But then once everything gets going, you're like, damn, I wasn't okay.
Yeah.
It's
you're so used to it. You're so used to feeling like that.
Pain.
Yeah, I always tell people, and I always go back to cars because everybody has cars. I revert back to, hey, listen, you got a 1990 BMW. Brand new, you've took care of it, you've kept it in the garage, it's got 5,000 miles on it, you drive it, it's pristine, it drives awesome. But you get a 2019 BMW.
Yeah.
It's going to be a whole different ball game.
You'll never know until you get in that 2019.
That's right. Damn, this is what I've been missing?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I got to get, man, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is what I need to do. So once you get there, then you're like, damn. And we get that all the time for patients. They always think they're like, oh, well, I feel all right. Libido's all right. Conscious all right. Everything's all right. And then when they get on therapy, like a month later or 2 months later, then we get these testimonials we set up. And they state like, man, I feel 1,000,000 times better. Things have gotten 10 times better. I feel better. Libido's better. Job's been better. So these are the things that effectively or affect your life, I guess, is the way you feel. So the way you feel will affect everything around you. It'll affect people around you and the vibe that you give out and put out. And people want to be around you. If you put out a good vibe, if you put out a bad vibe, a lot of people aren't going to want to be around you. The bad vibe people will attract to you, and you'll be in that circle. It really does go like that. So be positive. Make sure you guys are in a good mind state and create good things. I've been a Titan medical patient for years now and a huge advocate. But for those that have not tried Titan, can you explain the difference between Titan and other wellness or online HRT clinics? I know the difference, but can you explain those for them? Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everything, your support and everything. And I'm glad we can help you out too as well. The difference between us and other places. So, guys, we're going to monitor you. Some places out there are not monitoring you. They're not even running the proper blood testing on you. I see there's some low T clinics out there. They're running very minimal blood tests on you guys and then prescribing you testosterone. They're not monitoring your estrogen levels, so you're getting negative side effects from testosterone replacement therapy. So you want to watch that too as well. The next thing is the therapies. So our therapies in some cases are niche, and it's only for Titan Medical Center patients. Some of these blends like Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, some of these different vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, the testosterone regimen. So our regimens, we've really set the trend out there. We've been around for 7 years now and doing this, and in some of the different dosing patterns, the esters of testosterone, we personalize regimens for patients. A lot of the different places out there are very cookie cuttered. They're the exact same thing. You can go on their website and they're not even supposed to do this, but they tell you you're going to get testosterone, this many estrogen blockers, this. How do they even know before seeing your blood work, seeing your symptoms, seeing your health history? Guys, there's a lot of different things that will affect what you get as far as dosages, as far as your symptoms, these different things. So you really have to have a personalized program, people out there really watching you guys. Plus, we check in you guys every 28 days. Or you guys can call, text, or email any day and always get medical support. So we have full medical providers on here, full-time, and full medical staff. We're not just some online company working in like a call center. We actually have a full medical facility here. 4,400 square feet and about to hopefully get bigger here.
Another bigger one.
Another bigger one coming. So I'll be hopefully releasing those details shortly. So at that point, that's what we do, and that's what differs from us. So we really care about the patients. We're not here just to give you, we're not a steroid jacked up clinic. So there's some places you could go and you could probably say, hey, listen, I want this, and this, and there you go. No, that's not good.
That's why those places don't last. I see a lot of the other places. What they do is they just literally spend the least amount of money and do the bare minimum just so they can do whatever they can to get you whatever you need.
Yep.
We don't necessarily give you what you want. We'll give you what you need. Other places they give you what you want.
They do.
Yeah, they give you what you want. We give you what you need. If it's not reflective on your blood work, we're not going to just be like, okay, here, take some estrogen blockers, but your estrogen is not high. Here, take the testosterone, but you're already in normal range. It doesn't work like that over here. So I have people every day is like asking me all these questions about, I want to get on HRT, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they're asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm not a doctor.
Right.
I don't know these questions. Like, when I called the other place, they said that they would give me this, and this. I'm like, they told you over the phone what they would give you. First of all, I mean,
It's crazy.
That's
dude.
red flag to begin with. They don't know you.
No.
They don't know who you are.
No.
They don't know your blood. They don't know if you're over 18, but you're calling, asking questions. They're saying, "Come down, we'll give you this."
Right.
Guys, we don't do anything in the house. There's nothing here. There's a lot. Everything's coming from a U.S. pharmacy.
That's a big one, guys.
Huge.
There's other clinics out there and stuff like that, and it's happened in the past where they're not using U.S. licensed pharmacies, and they say that a doctor's prescribing this. Well, there's not any prescriptions going because these people were getting it from outside sources from U.S. licensed pharmacies, which were not authentic medications. And at that point, it's caused a big stir in our industry in a lot of different ways. Just recently, and if I told you guys about the movie on Netflix, Screwball, that was another one. And that was a guy that was supplying Major League Baseball players like Alex Rodriguez and a whole bunch of big names. And he wasn't even getting it from U.S. licensed pharmacies. And he was acting like he was a doctor. And he was giving these things out to these people and a lot of different other people that were in the area. And this also happened in Florida. So Florida it's crazy of some of the different things. I moved here from Chicago, Northwest Indiana area, and it's just been nuts, the kind of stuff I've seen. But that is what you guys got to worry about. So if you guys are just getting into HRT or want to look into this, make sure you guys are going with somebody credible, somebody reputable that's been around for a long time. It's not the cheapest price. Think about it. Cheapest is not always the best, guys. I will say that. So before you think about going the cheap route, think about something very cheap that you bought before. And quality is everything. So at that point,
you shouldn't put a price in your health.
Your health
when it comes to other stuff, if you want to buy cheap clothes, buy cheap clothes.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a cheap car because you don't really care, you're going to get point A, point B, that's great. But I mean, sir, if you want to live in a cheap house, if you don't want to live in a studio, if you don't really care, that's great. But you can't be cheap with your health. It's completely different. It's your body.
That's right, man.
It's completely different.
It's
huge.
huge.
You can't be cheap with your health.
It's huge.
You can't be.
So you guys, really think about it and really think about your body, your temple, and what you're putting into it. I kind of get scared about some of the guys, they talked about some of the stuff they're getting on, like online and stuff like that. Yeah. They really don't know where they're getting it from. It's not like even a friend they're getting it from, where they can trust. They have no idea, and they're injecting it in their body. A lot of different things can happen, guys. You have no idea in a lot of these different aspects. So I want you guys to please be aware of that. Do things the right way. Get monitored. If you guys are doing things extracurricular or not by a doctor, make sure you guys blood test. And we can help you out with the blood testing. We cannot condone, we don't judge, we can't condone you guys doing it, but we can do blood testing for you guys. You guys can get the results and say, hey, listen, something's going wrong here. I might need to fix it. And you can possibly come to us, how do I fix this? And we can possibly help you out there. So make sure you guys are getting good, reliable information and reliable medication.
And guys, maybe you might just need a little bit of the shock factor. Google infections from injections. Yes. You guys could see all this craziness where people have to literally get piece of their muscle torn away because they're taking bad stuff. You're putting that in your body, guys. If you have a bad injection from one of these places that do in-house or buying something from a not a U.S. pharmacy, you could be screwed. There was a place in Miami that was using peanut oil to make their therapies or their compounds. Now people have peanut allergies. Yeah. What's going to happen then? You have to watch everything. Yeah. You shouldn't get something that doesn't say what type of oil or what type of substance it is. If you get a bottle and the bottle just says testosterone, but it doesn't say what type of oil is being used, or it doesn't have a number on it. You get testosterone. First of all, you're not getting the testosterone from us. It's coming from a pharmacy to you.
Yes.
Once it comes from a pharmacy to you, you could take that testosterone bottle and you could actually check to see if it's legit.
Yeah, you can call the pharmacy and say, hey, listen, did this come from your pharmacy?
Yeah, you can
yes,
give
it
the
did.
number.
Done deal.
And they could say it's from the pharmacy. Call the pharmacy so you know 100% everything's
the number's
good.
on the bottle.
Yeah, the number, exactly. The pharmacy will probably be on the bottle.
No, it will be on the bottle.
Yeah, everything is on there, so you can check. You can check all of it, not just some of these places say, "Oh, testosterone 300 milligrams, sipping it," and that's all it says.
Even on like a first choice one where on the bottle it just has the contents and lot and everything. On here, it shows the pharmacy, the number, the lot number, their address, the RX number.
But this is on the actual prescription bottle. I'm talking about the actual vial that the testosterone is in.
Oh, no, it's on
the
there,
label
sure.
itself has the pharmacy name
Absolutely.
and the number, so you can call it in and verify it, as opposed to just getting some Wesson canola oil and messing up your body.
Guys, watch out, man.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Trust me. You don't want to get muscle cut out. It's not fun, and it will look horrible, especially if it's a muscle that you show off a lot, like a bicep possibly,
or even if it's a therapy. It doesn't even have to be an oil-based.
No, it could be anything.
It could be, say, if another company had a water-based injectable like our therapies.
Oh man,
like our Hercules. They can't have our Hercules because it's only us.
That's right.
But even if it's something thin, you guys automatically think because it's water-based, because it's so thin, it doesn't hurt. It's not going to get infection. You can get infection just as bad.
Absolutely, guys.
You gotta prep the area. You got to do all that stuff. You can't just take it and
Be smart. Just be smart, guys. I mean, it is what it is. Be smart. Use your heads. There's plenty of resources out there. It's not the Stone Age anymore. So just be aware of what you guys are doing, right? All right. So pre-workouts without no breaks.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
I did it.
I don't take any pre-workouts anymore. I haven't done it for years because of the ECAs.
It's bad.
For you guys out there, you guys are into this?
It's bad because, first of all, your tolerance gets so high when you take it every day. So you'll start out with a half a scoop, and then you'll be up to I was up to even 3 scoops with coffee. So I would do 3 scoops of pre-workout, and then I would sip my coffee.
And that's what, 300, 400 milligrams per serving?
The highest I would go would be like 700-800 milligrams. Because if a normal pre-workout, say if average pre-workout's 250, so 3 scoops is 750, then my coffee brings it up around 800. That's way too much. Now I just do 200 with the ECA and drink my coffee, which is like around 250. So now I'm only really doing 1 scoop, caffeine-wise, but I'm not getting all the ingredients this long in pre-workout. I'm only getting 4 ingredients.
Gotcha.
It's a lot better. And the thing too with pre-workout, you guys are taking it every single day. That stuff is hard to come off.
Yeah.
I know someone right now, it's been 2 months, and she's still having trouble working, getting to the gym and all that stuff. It's been 2 months. Yeah, so it's like it's really, really hard to get back in. Once you go so far down, you got to get back into it. And then you got to start using alternative stuff like, B12 or MCT oil or healthy fats. It's a mess.
It's bad.
So you always want to cycle on and off of your pre-workout.
Yeah.
Or if you're taking pre-workout, take it for a month and stop for a month, or take it for a month and maybe try some Titan Complete or something like that, other vitamin stuff. If you're always relying on caffeine, you'll get so far in the hole where you'll take 2 scoops of pre-workout and be able to go straight to bed. It's not even doing anything anymore.
Yeah,
you get screwed. Then you can't even work out. You can't even work out. You take it every day, and then now you can't take it. You're yawning in the gym. Everything's gone. It's a mess.
Yeah, usually if you guys are taking the ECAs, take them during the week. Give yourself a day or 2 to rest, right? If you can't, don't have to take them on the weekends. That's a good way to do it. And then Monday, you're ready to go again. So at that point, you won't build up such a tolerance.
Right.
That's the big thing. So you don't want to build up a tolerance to them if you don't have to. And like I said, I've only went up a little bit here or there as far as milligrams, as far as caffeine.
Yeah.
I never started on the low dose. It was always the high dose for me. I am on 1 red bomb a day, and I could take 2 high doses before. I remember 2 years ago for sure. So, it's just worked out a little bit better for me all the way around.
And use your energy source, your caffeine or pre-workout, only 1 time a day. I see people that take, I'll take half a scoop before work to wake me up before work, and I'll take another scoop before the gym, or if they have to go hang out with family and they want to be energized, they'll take another scoop. You should only, for me, I only want to get my energy source right before I train. If I drink coffee all day and pre-workout all day, it's not going to hit me the same. So I literally don't take any caffeine or any type of stims all day until I train. That way I don't have to take as much. And that way it's working better, and when I stop taking it, it's not going to be that drastic.
Right.
If people are doing the homemade ECA stack, which a lot of people are doing, where they're taking ECA, they're taking caffeine 3 times a day. You're taking 200 milligrams breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's way too much.
So now you're spreading out your caffeine all day long. So literally, where's the boost?
There's no boost.
You're not going to get that boost of energy in the gym because you're just taking it all day long.
Right.
So for me, I only take my coffee or my ECA right before I train, or right before I have a big event, and then I don't take it again that day. That way I don't have to take as much, and it works longer. And when I want to stop, I can just stop. I don't have to be crazy with it.
It's awesome, man. And, it really is, guys. So the ECAs, definitely, way better than any pre-workout you're going to take out there. You're not going to feel nauseous. You're not going to have the to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like it makes you there.
Heartburn,
Yeah,
upset stomach. Like,
There's a lot of bad things. So I used to take Explode. I think it's got to be 10 years now.
Yeah, the original.
10 years, man.
Nice.
Or the original
years.
Jacked.
Yeah,
The
Jack
original
3,
Jack.
that
They
was
took
a
it off the
good
shelf.
one.
Jittery.
The original Oxylete, I remember those back in the day.
1MR.
Hydroxycuts.
Yeah.
The original Hydroxycuts.
Yeah.
That was when Muscle Tech was on top, man. Jay Cutler was there. I was drinking their Cell Tech, Nitro Tech.
And then now, like I said, they got pre-workout at Walmart in the aisle. They have cases of it, and it's 300 milligrams per. I mean, it's crazy.
That's nuts. It's
I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, if we would have had pre-workout when I was in high school, I would have been taking it before every football game.
for sure.
I would have been taking. But the thing is now, I can only imagine what these kids are taking. These kids are probably
God.
taking 2-3 scoops in the locker room. Because we had a kid in high school. He used to have no-dos.
Oh my god.
He used to like crush up a whole bunch of no-dos and Jolt. Remember Jolt?
Yes.
He would be drinking
Jolt Cola.
Jolt Cola, which is like caffeine. He would take like no-dos and crush them up, and he'd drink them and like start banging his head and get all this stuff to go out there.
I never even thought about that, but I mean, I should have used this stuff.
What,
I mean,
no-dos?
I guess no-dos. And
Yeah, but it's like-
Truckers take that.
Yeah, back then it was like they didn't have.
Still,
It was
you know?
like no-dos and
They had the yellow jackets.
Oh, yeah.
The real yellow
jackets from the truck
real
stop.
yellow
When you go to the truck
jackets,
stop
yeah.
with the yellow jackets.
I remember before ephedrine got banned. I remember a guy going to get a whole suitcase full of yellow jackets. He liked them so much. He had them for about a year and went through them all. But he got thin.
Back then there was no options. Really,
No, there
for
was no
workout.
options. So let's talk about athletes. One more thing, and then we'll cut this off because we've already ran over an hour.
Yeah.
All right, so one more thing. And it's actually new news. Mustafa, I haven't forgot about you. I'm going to send you the paperwork so you can get going today.
What's up? That's the Egyptian beast. You guys
That's
are going
right.
to see him. He's
That's
a pro
right.
wrestler. He's an IFBB world champ, Mustafa.
Mustafa.
Cairo. The
That's
Egyptian
right.
beast. He's
The
a monster,
Egyptian
too.
prince, man, coming
Yeah.
to Titan. He'll be a Titan Egyptian prince.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this one time. So it's current news. I thought it was really cool. We might as well bring it up. I didn't get to put it on the banner what we're going to talk about. But so California athletes.
Oh, yeah.
You seen this, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be a game changer. Okay? And I see
Everyone's
everybody's
going
going
to
to follow
California
suit.
now.
Everybody's going to follow suit. Because
Everybody's
nobody's going to be
going
able to compete with California now.
Yeah. Basically, what they're doing, what he's touching, because Art's over there, like, what you guys
I don't
talking
know.
about?
So unless you
Yeah,
know.
the governors in
So
California, they're going to let college athletes get paid.
So they basically they signed a bill.
Yeah.
They signed a bill into play.
Yeah.
The California governor did to say that NCAA athletes could now monetize on being an athlete.
Now they want to pay.
So now, but think about it. You're talking about mad
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
that the schools are taking in. Think about all the merchandising.
Yeah.
Think about all the games. Think about all this stuff. It's basically like a pro basketball
Yeah.
team at college, at that point, and they don't have to pay the players. So
Yeah.
they were getting fat while everybody was starving.
Yeah. So
No.
basically, like players like Zion Williamson,
Yes,
last year he's the
yes.
biggest player. What they use his likeness. So the university will use their likeness to make millions and millions of dollars off of him, but
Right.
he doesn't get anything.
Right.
So now they're finally like making it okay. Well,
So now you can
pay
monetize.
these guys.
So
So what's going to happen is everyone's going to go overseas for a year and say, "Screw college! You don't want to pay me? I'll go overseas for a year and then I'll come back." So high school kids now, if you're 18, because you can't go
Yeah,
out of
you can't go to pro. Yeah.
So just go overseas, go to France, go
Right.
to Europe, go to Italy for a year, get that money, and then come back at the NBA's
Right.
there. What's going to happen is the NCAA is going to be like,
but think about this. Think about it in this light, right? So when you're 18, you want to get out of high school and you want to go pro, like Kobe did, right?
Yeah.
But you can't do that no more.
Yeah.
So at that point, they didn't want to go to college because they couldn't get paid in college.
Yeah, but now they can.
Now,
now
they can get paid. So you're thinking about a college athlete, and think about this because this has happened many of times. College guys, real good, sophomore player, maybe freshman, right? Decides, well, maybe I want to stay to get my degree. Maybe I should go pro so I don't get hurt. Stays, gets hurt, never goes pro.
Exactly.
Now he's going to have money
Yeah.
because he's already played 3 years.
I want to know how long it's going to take because now everybody's
Everybody's
going
going to follow suit.
Everyone's going to California.
Because think about it. They've got an advantage.
Yeah.
They've got the advantage because now they can pay players.
Yeah.
So now Nike, they're going to be paying. They're going to be paying. All these big endorsers are going to come out, and now that they can monetize on athletes, what is that going to bring to the college game?
I think it's going to be better.
It's going to bring
It's going to be a lot better.
Guys, if you don't think this is a game changer, look into it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a game changer. This has been happening under the table for years.
Yeah.
For years. So now that it's in the open and that it's fair game,
Yeah.
Everybody and their mama is going to be jumping on this as far as endorsing and trying to get these athletes.
It's almost like it's going to be like pro now. It's going to be
Think
like.
Think about if you could sign an athlete in college and have them in the pros.
Wait,
he was
what?
so you basically, all right, a guy
If
goes.
Nike signs you in college, then now
They get you at a
pro.
cheap rate. You've
Yeah.
done awesome. You're going to be this number 1 draft pick. They've already got you signed.
Yeah.
They've already locked you up.
I want to know what's going to
it's kinda
happen.
like the draft in baseball.
Like, think about if I'm in high school right now, I'm a junior or a senior. I want to go to school. I'm trying to figure out where to go. I'm going to California now. Like, when's it going to go into effect? California's going to rule all colleges.
I think
now.
very shortly it goes into. I think like
all the big
pretty
schools in
shortly it goes into
California, like
effect.
Florida, Texas, especially for
2023.
football. For football, Florida, Texas, and
2023.
all that
So we got
stuff.
about three
Yeah.
years.
So I feel bad for the kids that's there now that aren't going to get that money.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What would you do if the year you left, the next year is when they started paying people?
Crazy.
I'd redshirt. I'm going to redshirt.
Oh man! So guys, if you guys haven't looked into this is definitely a game changer. I thought I'd bring it up. You know, I was talking about this with my dad. He's a huge sports guy. You know, I talked to him about it. I've always done my whole life, and my son plays basketball. So you know, obviously, if he can get a scholarship, he's going to go to Cali, baby.
California, yeah.
We're going to get paid,
Yeah.
right? So you know, that's awesome. So if you have an athlete, you know, that you're managing, or your son or daughter might be a prospect looking to California, looking to get paid, because those athletes deserve to get paid. Because
UCLA and USC is going
They
to
do.
be, their enrollment's going
They
to be,
do.
it's going to be crazy.
They do. So we got to end, guys. Our hour's over.
Well, that's it.